So Michael Jordan has some choice words to say about today's game and load management, and we're going to get into it right now. Let's go. So here's his quote. Here's the NBC video that we're not going to play because we're not getting copyrighted. Michael Jordan on load management. It shouldn't be needed. I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove ... I want to impress that guy way up in the top because the ceiling is the roof. Oh, excuse me. Way up in the top who worked his ass off to come and watch me. Now, mind you, Michael Jordan did retire twice, right? Retired in the middle of his prime, too, by the way. Retired in the middle of his prime. But hey, let's criticize today's players for not playing all 82. This is a very interesting conversation to me because my question for people that have a problem with it is, do you think the players don't want to play? You really think the players be like, you know what? Not feeling like hooping today. Let me just sit down. I hope you all know majority of the time, especially for these injury-prone players, who, by the way, that's majority, if not all of the players that have to load manage in the first place because they get hurt frequently. The team tells them they have to sit out. What good is it for Kawhi Leonard to go out there and try to play all 82, end up hurt, they play in the playoffs? What good is it for the 76ers to play Joel Embiid, try to play him all 82, for him to not to be healthy come playoff time? Hell, even when they don't play all the games of the regular season, it's still been multiple playoffs where they're not healthy still. There are so many players in today's game that play 70, 75 plus games a year, and we don't talk about that because got to talk about this narrative about load management. Thank you, Chitty B. Anthony Edwards. Now, he is out 2 weeks right now with an hamstring injury. And you know why players sit out games sometimes? Because they're hurt. Injuries happen in sport. I don't understand. Now, here's what Melo had to say about this ordeal.
Let me just give you a stat. Michael Jordan, 11 years, played 80 games. Now, if you tell me that want to talk about load management, he don't want to hear about no load management. Now, if you ask somebody like a T-Mac, he's going to have a different perspective on load management because of his body and what he been through and the injuries that he dealt with, right? So it's different perspective. I think we have to kind of split this up a little bit. It's a bucket of guys who need the load management. Mm-hmm. Joel's situation, that should be load management.
He's been through a lot.
Alonzo Ball should be load management.
Kawhi.
Then you have this bucket of just, I don't want to play. Like load management is,
you played yesterday.
I played yesterday. I'm not playing today.
You're not playing tomorrow.
Because I played yesterday. Yeah. That's load management. You look at the week and say, hey, we got 4 games this week. Yo, we're not going to play game 3. Mm-hmm. If you hurt, say out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you got an ankle injury and you could try to play and you want to try to play, that's on you to go try to play. Now, what you're doing is, and here's where the science come in now.
I just want to say very quickly that Carmelo Anthony is very right and spot on about this situation. And he just described and explained the exact same thing I just described and explained. Load management is particularly for players who get hurt frequently. So Alonzo Ball, a Joel Embiid, a Kawhi Leonard, they get load managed. I mean, why are we like, I don't understand why that bothers people to such a degree. Like, you see them get hurt regularly. Duh, they're not going to play all 82. This is common sense to me. I don't even know why this is such a hot button issue. Get back to the video.
Now, what you're doing is, and here's where the science come in at. What you're doing is, you going to play on that hurt ankle can create something else.
Yeah.
It's a domino effect. So we want to prevent that by resting that ankle and not putting you on that ankle. Whereas before, you heard what MJ said, my ankle hurt, that I gotta go. That thought process of having to prove yourself when you hurt today is out the window. I used to go through that my own self. Mm-hmm. Man, that nobody is telling me I'm not playing. Mm-hmm. I had 2 torn shoulders, knee. Never had surgery until after, just cleaning and all that stuff. But playing through this because I'm built from a different cloth. I want to play.
And let me speak on this very quickly because this is also what we do. And Shannon Sharp speaks to this point as well regularly. He says when a player goes out there and he's playing, all the fan sees is the name on the back of that jersey and that number. So the fan is expecting the name on the back of that jersey and that number to do what they regularly do, even if they got 2 torn shoulders. They out there on a bad ankle, right? So here's what fans do. We sit here and complain about load management. Then on the flip side, when a hurt player goes out there and plays, we still mad at him because he's not performing to the level that he usually performs to when he's healthy. It's a lose-lose situation for these players. It's a situation going on right now in New York. Karl Anthony Towns was nursing some kind of injury prior to the season starting, to the degree in which he was like doubtful for the season open. Karl Anthony Towns has then proceeded to play in all of the Knicks games so far this year. He's also proceeded to not play to usual Karl Anthony Towns levels. And so now he's also getting backlash and criticism for not playing as good as he usually does when he's out there playing hurt. We have to choose a side and stand on it. What do we want to do? Do we want players to perform to maximum level and to the best of their abilities regularly and all the time? Or do we want them to just go out there and give us what you got? Now, if you want them to go out there and give us what they got despite injury, then you're going to have to accept that they're going to be boo-boo some games because they're hurt. We have to find some kind of fairness. We have to be somewhat level-headed about this situation. Let's get back to the
I want to go out there. Nobody's telling me I can't play. Sports science was unheard of back then. Now we have this sports science kind of fad of what's going on out here because you guys are getting hurt. Guys, we want to know why guys are getting hurt. So we could prevent the injury by load management, then let's do it. I'm all for that, but there's certain guys who need it, and there's certain guys who can just go out there and play. I don't even think they preach playing 82 games anymore. They coming in and say, how many games we gonna sit you out? Like, that's load management. I just don't like when the players is taking it on their own to just say, I ain't playing. Like, I ain't playing tonight. I don't want to play that game. I don't want to play that game. That's different.
And I will say this before we get to the next video, because Gilbert Arenas and the crew, shout out to Gilbert Arenas in the arena. Gilbert Arenas and the crew said something about this situation and the Michael Jordan quote as well. But majority of the time, I want to also get this established. Majority of the time, load management is done by the team. Of course, nothing is 100% proof. Yes, there may be a handful of players that go and say, hey, I don't want to play, yada, yada, yada. Cool. But majority of the time, load management is done by the team. As you just heard Carmelo say, he said that they say, hey, how many games can we sit you? Not, can you play all 82? Hey, how many games? Let's look at the schedule. Let's prep out the games in which you can sit out. That's what the team does. So when you see a player load managing, don't get mad at the player. Be mad at the team. Now, to the Gilbert Arenas response. Let's get into it.
It's hard because he's speaking from player side of it, where back then there was no load management. There was no, let's protect our players for the longer of the investment. Go out there. We're going to push you out there. Hey, 10 weeks, we're going to turn that into 6. So everybody went out there back then. The question should have been, have you ever load managed as an owner? You have LaMelo Ball that got hurt, and
he finna cook.
If you look at his numbers, he was load managed. Did he do that himself, or was that you making sure your asset was healthy? So most of the time, as you can see, and it backfired. Embiid never wanted to be load managed. He's complaining about his time.
Complained about it recently.
So you see, he got hurt trying to go out there. You see, Devin.
For those that do not know what Gilbert Arenas is referring to, Joel Embiid just recently had a post-game conference in which he said, hey, if I'm only going to be playing 20 minutes, I might as well be at the crib with the fam. I'm playing 2 to 4 minute stints, not even getting in a rhythm. I have to be out there longer to get in the rhythm, to get involved in the game. So again, even with somebody who gets hurt regularly, he wants to play. The team said, no, fam, you're playing 20 minutes maximum. Because as Gilbert Arenas also just brought up, we have, $300 million invested into you per your contract? Joel Embiid is signed. I just looked at it recently. Joel Embiid is under contract with Philadelphia, and the money goes up year to year to year up until 2029. They have to somehow try to make this work up until then. And you know what's not going to work? Joel Embiid trying to play 82 games in a season and then a playoff run. That's not going to work. Not going to happen. So, yeah, the teams are doing this. Continue.
Donovan Mitchell tried to go out there to protect his money, got hurt. You seen Holly, hamstring, came back, got hurt. So the players are not necessarily in charge of, can I go out there and do what I want to do? because as players, you don't want to lose your spot. You don't want to get taken over by another guard that's out there playing. So you're going to play if you can. Today's game, it's higher than the player.
So Mikal Bridges, right? Is he the only one that's exempt?
I heard, man.
But do they hire like?
I'm saying, is he the only one that's exempt from this?
Like injured?
No, but no.
Load
Guys can be
management
healthy. No, guys are healthy, getting healthy scratches.
Oh, I thought it was injured players. That's what
No.
it's
To an extent, but it was healthy
but-
guys too that they were just trying to
So that's the
preserve
thing.
for the whole
So
season.
let's say everybody's healthy, right? Everybody's healthy, and you 7 games in 10 nights. How we used to, like the shit we used to have, right?
Yeah.
We got 7 and 10, 5 and 7. They're gonna sit these guys out. But is Mikal Bridges the only one that's exempt from that?
That's only a star thing, right?
Huh?
That's only for stars.
Is it?
Corners and liquor stores, there ain't no days off for us. It's just like my hoes. They gotta work 24.
Yeah, because that is.
No designated
Because he
offset.
doesn't.
Look, I get what Ken is saying, but again, even these healthy scratches are done by the team. They're done by the team. Unless the guy just fights like hell to say, you know what, no, I'm going to play, whatever. All of that is probably predicated on seeding, how well the team's been playing, how well does the team play without you, how many games have we played in the last few nights. As he also just pointed out, the 7 games in 10 nights. Sometimes the team says, hey, we're going to sit you on game 4, and then you'll play 5, 6, 7. You'll play 1, 2, 3, sit 4, play 5, 6, 7, or something like that. But again, this is orchestrated by teams. It is a rare occasion where it's the player saying, I'm just sitting out, gang. I'm healthy as an ox. Nothing wrong with me. I'm just finna sit down. That doesn't happen. But when we have this conversation, it's always implied or insinuated that that's how it goes. Like it's the players that are just healthy, sitting out the game and choosing to do so. That's kind of the narrative around the situation. And that's not the truth.
Sit out at all.
Hey,
No,
go,
he-
hey,
no.
go.
He hasn't
So, like,
missed a
it's
game
not
since
even
he's been in the
nobody
league.
says anything about load management with him. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
But you remember they didn't they ask him a couple times?
But still, so definitely.
Yeah,
so
no.
is it in your? So do they come to the player and be like, you want to sit out tonight, or do they make the choice for you?
Only this though.
Or is it in your contract now?
No.
How can I don't think it's in your
okay.
contract.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm just.
Because I can't imagine like you coming to a guy like him when he got this streak going and be like, we're gonna sit you out tonight. You nigga like, no, the fuck you're not.
Right.
Right? Just no, the fuck you're not.
Right.
No, like this is important to me. So is it not that for everybody else?
Yeah. See, like general manager told me, he said, we have 82 games, and if I give you 10 years of 82 games, how can I extend, like how many games are just useless?
Throwaway game.
Right? How many throwaway games are out there? So they came up with the number about 65.
Okay.
Right? So there's like, okay, if we take these off, we can add them to the back end of you. Now that's why you see.
But how many games that add up to everybody not gonna make
That's
that long? though?
about 3-4 more years of your prime.
It depends.
For the stars. That's why a KD looks like this, Steph looks like this. Like if you look at them years, they're being added in the back end. You know what I mean? So that's
I get what Gil is trying to say there, but for those 2 players that he used, particularly KD and Steph, right? I do think that they got some games added to the back end of their career, but not because of low management, because they suffered injuries in which they sat out long periods of a season, right? So Kevin Durant in OKC in like 2014 or 2015, can't remember specifically the year, like missed the entirety of that season due to a foot injury. I remember Steph Curry early on in his career, as we all know, had the battles with the ankle problems, and then in 2020 or 2021, he breaks his hand and he's out the entirety of that season. Like I don't sure, you can say the games are added on to the back end, but Steph Curry and KD weren't low managed to such a degree that is why they're still elite now, right? If you want to add the games, you're taking away the games from those seasons where they didn't get to play due to injury, not because of low management. Let's continue.
that's why our game. That's why the game.
I hear you, but just like so you low managing KD, right?
What?
And he
Yeah.
goes down with the Achilles thing. Just imagine if he never comes back and plays, then it's pointless. So
Right.
if a guy goes down,
You gonna get if you get
that's
hurt,
it's just I hear you, Gil, but it doesn't make logical sense to me. I hear you,
I'm
but it
just
just
saying
doesn't.
from
doesn't make sense to me.
2017-18 season, the most Curry played is 69 games.
Which, granted, 69 games is still a lot of games. But again, Steph Curry and KD are the wrong examples. But let me know what y'all think down there in the comments below. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And make sure that you click that description and add every single link that you see there. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on TikTok. And, of course, hit that playback link where we are live every single day watching NBA basketball. And until next time, it's been real.